Hey, it's Dan Harlan with my friend Paul Richards, who is going to show us a really amazing trick you can do with a cell phone.
Yeah, sure. You can do it with your phone, you can borrow a phone. You put it between your two hands like this, and in a moment, I'll do something absolutely impossible with my left or right hand. You decide which, Dan.
Left.
My left hand. I'm going to completely remove my right and leave it right at my left fingertips.
That's not.
Yeah, it's not that good, I'm sorry. It's kind of obvious what's going on. I'll try to make it a little better. It's pretty crazy. I mean, you can see there's nothing here, there's nothing here. I can see you're skeptical. You can see, you can see beneath it if you want to. Now, some people might even try to put it on one finger and do that impossible thing, but that's crazy. I wouldn't try to do that. Here's the part that's amazing.
Okay.
Hold your hand out flat for me.
Yeah.
If I put this on your hand and I let go, what's going to happen?
It's going to fall.
That's because you haven't bought iBalance yet, Dan. You should really buy it. It's a great trick.
Yeah, it is a great trick.
And they can check it out, they can examine it.
All right, yeah, that's super cool because just like you said, Paul, you can do it with your own cell phone if you want to.
Sure.
But you can borrow somebody's cell phone and do it. And you can really do it, it's not even completely limited to cell phones. It's pretty much any device that, say, plays music or whatever.
Sure.
You know,
what I normally say is it works with every smartphone.
Right.
It works with virtually every cell phone.
Yeah.
There can be a case. Not every case will work because some cases are different than others, but the truth is the vast majority are designed perfectly for this effect already.
Yeah, and that's the thing.
Sure.
I mean, you know, we can say any cell phone, but there's going to be some weird phone out there that may not work with a weird case or whatever. But if you can't find a cell phone that it works with, then you're in the wrong place. Because I know it works with yours, it works with mine, it works with everyone that we've ever seen.
Sure, absolutely.
Okay? And the other thing that's really super cool about it is that you just have to borrow it. You just have to put it between your hands, just like that, and then you're ready to go.
Yeah, the setup, I mean, is very minor.
Yeah,
and the best part is, if you are setting up with somebody else's phone, the idea that people are fiddling with their phones nonstop is something very common. So, I mean, I take somebody's phone, I pretend like I'm looking at their pictures, boom, I'm set up and ready to go. So, very simple.
Yeah, and the cleanup is even easier.
Absolutely.
Even easier than the setup. It really is just a matter of just taking your hands away and giving them the phone. And what you have to accomplish this is so minuscule. Let's just call it minuscule, that you don't have to hide it. And it's something that takes care of itself. It really does.
That's absolutely true. I mean, there's no suction cups or
magnets. And nothing going up your sleeves.
That's right. You're just getting into it and doing it.
There's nothing that there's no adhesives. Nothing like that.
That's right. Nothing that can damage the phone. It's you're using a part of the phone in the way it was intended to be used, and I think it's fantastic.
Yeah, it's 100% practical. It's instantly ready to go again. You could do it again and again and again and again. And we don't encourage you to repeat tricks over and over again, but honestly, because the angles are great on this. It's completely surrounded and underneath. They can view it from virtually anywhere. Again, virtually anywhere. Sure. Maybe somebody would want to get way up and close or something like that, but they're not going to do it.
Sure. I typically, when I want somebody, if I see somebody doing just as you were doing, where they start to get their head down, I immediately lift it up. I let
just
them
show them
see
the bottom.
all the angles. I let them see it all. I wouldn't want to necessarily have people staring and digging right into the bottom of it, but the fact
you don't want somebody laying on the floor, so don't do it for anybody that attends my parties. Besides that, it works.
You're free and clear. Anyone else?
Right.
Absolutely.
And for anybody that does walk around, it's great. Table hopping from one person to another, you can borrow, just like we said, absolutely any phone. Now, there is a cool variation on this that you can do one-on-one with somebody.
That's true. I wouldn't do this if there was a group, but one of my favorite things to do is if I'm doing it one-on-one, if you can sort of forget that you saw it balanced a moment ago, I would take it and I sort of release it in space, and it just really looks like at that moment that it's just sort of hovering in space.
Right. It's nice.
And again, at that moment, you can immediately hand the phone out and have them examine.
Yeah. So you either get the suspension, which is really great because you go from a suspension on all of your fingers to a single finger, or if you're doing it one-on-one, you can make somebody's cell phone float, and then hand it right back to them.
That's absolutely right.
Which is really cool. It's practical. It doesn't take up any extra space.
It doesn't.
There's really nothing to worry about as far as the space of it goes.
You already know how the Gimmick works, and one of the things I'll tell you is I keep it set all the time in my pocket.
And this is the other thing. You can just keep it on your phone.
Absolutely.
So this is a great way. And I don't know whether you go into this or not, but if it's set up on your phone and you want to borrow somebody's phone, you would just reach into your pocket and go, hey, I've got a cell phone, but can I borrow yours?
Sure. In fact,
one of the things I always do
do is I'll pull my phone out and I'll say, do you mind if I give you this as collateral?
Yeah.
And then I take their phone back. And the nice thing is it gives them something to sort of fiddle with while I'm getting myself ready to do what I need to do. Not that it takes any long period of time.
No, it doesn't.
It helps give me that moment of
But that's, you know, and that's the other thing, because it will give you, if you do that exchange, or if you give them a little thing to focus on, it gives you the confidence to do that little piece that you have to do. But there really isn't going to be any suspicion by anybody at all. I love seeing cell phone tricks. Most of the cell phone tricks that I see involve the technology of the phone, not the physical properties. Yours takes advantage of a really great physical property and does something physically with the phone itself. So there's nobody that's going to attribute this to an app at all. There's nobody that's going to think that this is some sort of digital fakery at all. This really happens in the real world to their device. Yeah, pretty cool. Yeah, thanks for bringing it.
Hey, thank you.
Yeah, awesome.
Hi, I'm Paul Richards, the producer of Mark Elsdon's iBalance. It is an incredible effect. You borrow a smartphone or pull out your own, you place it between your two hands, and then do the impossible as you move one hand away and balance it in a truly impossible position. You can even create the impression that it's floating right before your spectator's eyes. It's an absolutely incredible effect, and I know you're going to love it as much as I do.